The night was quiet on the alien world. The sky stretched wide with two glowing moons watching over the land. The forest stood tall like black shadows, and the wind carried a strange hum across the empty valley. Among the trees, a young alien girl walked slowly, her bright eyes full of curiosity. She was not like the others of her kind. Most of her people feared the unknown, but she was always searching, always asking questions. Her heart wanted more than the simple life in the settlement. On that night, her steps stopped suddenly, because the silence of the forest was broken. In the distance, the sky caught fire. A streak of light burned across the heavens, falling fast. It was not a star. It was something else, something strange, something forbidden. The ground shook as the object crashed beyond the hills. A deep roar echoed like thunder. Birds rose in clouds from the trees. Animals ran in fear. The alien girl's heart pounded. Her people always said never go near the skyfire, but her feet carried her forward. She ran through the forest, pushing through the heavy roots and glowing plants. The air was filled with smoke and sparks. Her skin felt the heat even before she reached the crash site. When she arrived, she hid behind a broken tree, her eyes wide. Before her lay a strange pod. Silver and broken, smoke rose from its cracks. The earth around it was burned black. She had never seen such a thing before. It was not from her world. She knew at once this was human. Her people told many stories of humans. They called them destroyers. Creatures from the stars who spread war and fire. Children were taught to stay away from any human thing, because human tools were poison. But the girl did not turn back. Her curiosity was stronger than her fear. The pod's door was broken, hanging loose inside. Shadows moved. She waited, her breath held. But no human came out instead. She saw only metal seats and broken wires. Strange glowing screens blinked and then faded. The pod was empty, but something still lived inside it. She crept closer, step by step, her hands shaking. She entered the pod and felt the air. It was heavy with the smell of smoke and strange oils. Then her eyes caught it. A small device lying near the corner, glowing faintly with a soft blue light. Her fingers trembled as she reached for it. The device was smooth, warm, and alive. The moment she touched it, the light grew stronger. The strange object hummed. It made sounds like whispers, words she could not understand, but the sound made her heart beat faster. She pulled the device close to her chest and looked around. Fear ran through her veins. If her people found her here, she would be punished, maybe even cast out, but still she could not let go. She hid the device under her cloak and ran back into the forest. As she moved, she felt the device pulse softly, like it had a heartbeat. The glow shined through her cloak and lit her path. She whispered to herself, telling her heart to calm down. But she also smiled, because inside she knew she had found something special, something forbidden, something that could change everything. The forest grew darker. The two moons hid behind heavy clouds. The wind whispered warnings in the leaves, but she did not stop. Every step away from the crash made the device grow warmer, almost as if it was alive, almost as if it was calling to her. When she reached the edge of the valley, she looked back one last time. The pod still burned behind her, smoke rising into the sky. Soon her people would see it. Soon they would send warriors to destroy whatever was inside. She knew she had little time. She ran faster, her mind racing. She wanted to know what this device was, why it glowed, why it reacted to her. She wanted answers. Her people said humans were only danger, but in her heart she wondered, could danger also bring knowledge? At last she reached her hidden cave near the waterfall, her secret place where no one came. She sat down, pulled the glowing device from her cloak and held it in both hands. Her eyes filled with wonder. The light grew brighter, and suddenly the device spoke. The voice was strange, deep, and human. Though the words were broken, it said something she could almost understand. It sounded like searching, signal alive. Her breath caught. Her eyes widened. She did not know that far away. Beyond the stars, her touch had awoken a signal, a message that would not stay silent. Someone was listening, someone was coming, and so the alien girl's dangerous curiosity had begun, the first step of a path that could never be undone, because once she saw the human device, escape was impossible. The alien girl sat in her secret cave. The waterfall outside roared like a shield, hiding her from the world. In her hands, the strange human device glowed softly. The blue light touched her face, and her eyes were full of wonder and fear. Her people had strict laws. They always said human things were cursed. Human tools carried danger. Human knowledge burned like fire. The elders told stories of villages destroyed, of forests turned to ash, all because humans brought their strange devices. But the girl could not stop herself. Her hands traced every curve of the object. It was smooth like stone but alive like flesh. It hummed with a low sound, almost like it was breathing. And when she pressed one corner, the light grew stronger. Symbols floated above the device, glowing in the air like ghosts, lines and circles she did not understand. Her heart raced, her mind tried to make sense of it. She reached out, touched one of the floating signs, and the device answered. A voice spoke again, broken but clear. It said words in a strange rhythm. Signal connected, searching for host. Her breath caught, she could not look away. The sound was not like her people's voice, it was sharp and heavy, but it carried meaning. She leaned closer. Her curiosity stronger than her fear. What was a signal? What was a host? She whispered to herself. Questions burned in her head, questions no elder could answer. Night after night she returned to her cave every evening when her people slept. She would sneak away, hiding the device under her cloak, her feet silent on the moss, her eyes always watching for guards. In the cave she listened to the human voice. She touched the glowing signs. Sometimes the device showed moving images, shapes she did not understand. Tall buildings of light, endless skies filled with metal birds, faces of strange creatures with only 2 eyes and flat skin. She gasped when she saw them, the humans. They looked nothing like her people. They looked weak, soft, fragile, but their eyes burned with fire. She felt both fear and respect. Her people believed humans were monsters, but these moving images showed something else. Families laughing, children running, stars shining above great cities, and then darkness, fire, war. Her chest grew heavy. She wanted to know more. She needed to know more, but danger followed her. In the village, the elders noticed her strange silence. They asked why she walked alone at night, why her eyes seemed far away. One elder whispered, "Curiosity is a curse. It brings ruin." She lowered her head but did not answer. One night her younger brother followed her. He saw her leave the settlement. He saw her vanish into the forest. She did not know he was behind her, his small feet quick and quiet. In the cave she lifted the device, and once again the glowing signs filled the air. The voice spoke louder. "Transmission active." Signal growing. She leaned close, her eyes wide, when suddenly she heard a gasp. Her brother stood at the cave entrance. His face pale, his eyes full of fear. He shouted, "You touched a human tool. You broke the law." His voice shook. He ran back into the forest. She jumped to her feet. Panic filled her chest. She grabbed the device and chased him. The waterfall roared behind her. Branches whipped her face, but he was fast. He reached the village before her, and the alarm sounded. Drums pounded, horns blew. The warriors rose with their weapons. The elders shouted, "The curse is awake. A child has touched the human fire." The people gathered, fear in their eyes. The alien girl hid in the shadows, clutching the device to her chest. Tears stung her eyes, but even now she did not let go. She knew they would punish her, maybe even banish her. Yet she could not return the device. It had already become a part of her. That night she dreamed strange dreams. She saw herself standing on a world of blue oceans. She saw stars exploding. She saw a human face looking at her and whispering, "You are not alone." She woke up shaking. The device pulsed in her hands. Her people searched the forest for her. Their torches burned bright. Their voices called out her name, but she stayed hidden. Deeper in the cave, her breath shallow. The device glowed brighter than ever. The voice now steady. Signal complete, destination near. She did not understand. But she felt the truth. Something was coming. Someone had heard the call. Her dangerous curiosity had gone too far. She could not turn back now. She could not throw the device away. It had bound itself to her, and the signal had already escaped into the stars. Far beyond her world, a lonely human soldier followed the beacon. His ship moved through darkness, guided by the pulse of her touch. The alien girl did not know it yet, but her secret would soon bring a stranger to her door, and once the human arrived, escape would be impossible. The forest was heavy with silence. The alien girl sat in her cave with the human device glowing in her hands. The voice whispered again and again, "Signal complete. Destination near." Her heart raced. She did not know what that meant, but she felt it was important. Far above the planet, hidden in the cold void of space, a human ship moved quietly. Inside the ship was a lone human soldier, tired, scarred, and restless. His eyes were fixed on a screen. A small light blinked, a signal calling him. He leaned forward, his voice rough. Finally, a response. His hands moved over controls. He followed the beacon. His ship turned slowly toward the alien world, his heart heavy with both hope and fear. The alien girl did not know he was coming, but she felt strange changes in the air. Animals in the forest moved restlessly. Birds flew away in clouds, the wind carried a low rumble. She hugged the device close, whispering, "What are you? Why did you choose me?" Back in the village, the elders argued. Some wanted to search harder for her. Others said she was already lost, cursed by human fire. The warriors sharpened their blades, preparing for danger. They feared the stories might come true, that touching a human tool could call humans to their world. The girl stayed hidden, but her dreams grew darker. Every night the device showed her flashes, fire raining from the sky, ships breaking the clouds, and the human face, always the same face. Watching her with sharp eyes, she woke each time shaking. Days passed, and then the moment came. The night sky split with fire once again. But this time it was not a crash, it was controlled, steady. A ship breaking through the clouds, the girl stood in the forest. Her eyes wide, her chest tight, she whispered, "They are real." The ship landed far beyond the hills. Smoke rose and the sound of metal feet touched the earth. The human soldier stepped out, his body heavy in armor, his breath harsh. He looked around carefully, scanning the forest with tired eyes. He carried no army, no machines of war, he was alone. But his presence was heavy. Every step echoed, every glance carried weight. The device in the girl's hands glowed brighter. As if calling to him, she crouched behind rocks, watching him from afar. Her heart pounded so loud she thought he might hear it. She whispered, "He is dangerous, but why do I feel drawn to him?" The human raised his wrist. A small screen appeared, showing the same signal. He muttered, "So close, the beacon is near." His voice reached her ears. She could not understand all the words, but she felt the meaning. He was searching for her back in the village. The elders saw the fire in the sky. Their fears turned into panic. "A human has come," they shouted. "Prepare for battle." The warriors armed themselves. The hunters tied on armor made of bone and steel, their eyes sharp with hate. The girl felt torn. She knew if her people saw him, they would try to kill him, but if the human fought back, many would die. Her hands shook. She whispered to the device, "What should I do? Why did you bring him here?" But the device gave no answer, only a glow. That night the human soldier set a small camp near the forest edge. His fire burned orange, smoke curled into the sky. The girl crept closer, her bare feet silent. She saw him remove his helmet, his face scarred, his eyes tired, but alive with something strong. She felt fear, but also curiosity. He was different from the monsters her people described. He looked broken yet powerful, his skin pale, his hair dark and his gaze deep. She hid behind a tree, staring, not knowing he had already noticed her. The soldier lifted the device from his belt, the twin of the one she held. The glow matched hers. The air hummed. Suddenly, her own device lit up in her hands, brighter than ever before. The light revealed her face in the darkness. The human's eyes locked on her. His hand reached for his weapon, but he stopped, lowering it slowly. He whispered, "Not an enemy, not yet," his voice calm. She froze, unable to move. For the first time, human eyes and alien eyes met in silence. The forest seemed to hold its breath. She wanted to run, but her feet would not move. She wanted to speak, but her lips stayed closed. Finally, the human raised the device, and it projected strange symbols into the air. Her device answered, showing the same signs. The lights joined together like threads of energy, and a voice spoke through both. "Connection complete," her heart pounded, she whispered. "You understand me?" The words broken but clear. The device had begun to translate. The human looked at her with sharp eyes. Nodding slowly, he spoke. "Yes, I can." The girl felt her chest tighten. This was the moment her life changed. Her people were searching for her. The warriors were hunting, and now the human had arrived. She did not know what fate awaited her, but deep inside she felt the truth. This was only the beginning, and once their eyes met, once the devices connected, escape was impossible. The night was thick with silence. The fire of the human soldier's camp burned low, and the alien girl stood frozen among the trees, her device glowing in her trembling hands. Across the clearing, the human's device glowed too, both lights pulsing like they shared the same heart. For a long moment, neither moved. The human soldier's sharp eyes studied her shape, small, thin, cloaked in shadow, her bright alien eyes glowing faintly under the moonlight. He did not raise his weapon. Instead, he waited, calm but ready. The girl felt her breath shake. Her people told her humans were beasts, destroyers of worlds, but the one before her looked tired, scarred, and lonely. She wondered if danger always looked so human. The device spoke again, its voice echoing between them. Connection active. Translation forming, she gasped. Because now the human's strange words softened, shaped themselves into her language, broken but clear. The human lowered his helmet and spoke slowly. Do not run! His voice was rough, deep, and carried a weight she did not understand. The girl's hands shook, but she did not run. Curiosity chained her feet to the earth, she whispered. Why are you here? Her voice barely more than air, yet the device carried her words to him. The human's eyebrows lowered. His answer came fast. Beacon, it called me. Your touch woke it. Her chest grew tight, she realized the truth. Her curiosity had not only broken the laws of her people, it had pulled this stranger from the stars. She had called him without knowing. Before she could speak again, the forest cracked with sound. Footsteps heavy, torches glowing, voices calling her name. Her people were near. The warriors had followed the smoke of the fire. The girl's blood turned cold. The human soldier noticed too. His hand reached for his weapon, a black metal gun hanging by his side, but he did not aim it at her. Instead, his eyes hardened, sharp with instinct. They are coming for me, aren't they? She swallowed hard, nodding slowly. If they see you, they will kill you. The human's jaw tightened. His eyes flicked toward the trees, he whispered. Then they will die trying. Her heart pounded. She knew her people stood no chance against human weapons, but if blood spilled, her world would never forgive her. She stepped closer, her voice urgent. No, you cannot fight them. They will not stop, please. You must hide. The soldier looked at her strangely. Confusion in his tired face. Why help me? I am your enemy. The girl's hands clenched around the glowing device. Her voice cracked. Because you are not what they say. Because my heart tells me you are more. The human stared at her for a long moment, then lowered his weapon. The flames of his campfire flickered across his scarred face, showing a man broken by battles yet softened by her words. The voices grew louder, the torches brighter. She grabbed his arm suddenly, surprising herself with her own courage. Come with me. I know a place. He hesitated only for a breath, then nodded. The girl pulled him into the forest, their footsteps soft but urgent. The devices glowed like stars under their cloaks, guiding them through the dark. Behind them, the warriors entered the empty camp, their blades sharp, their voices angry. They found the fire but no human, only footprints leading deeper into the trees. The hunt had begun. The girl led the soldier through twisting paths, under roots and over rocks, the sound of water ahead. She pulled him into the cave behind the waterfall, the same cave where her curiosity first awakened. Inside, the human looked around. His hand brushing the stone walls, he muttered, A hiding place. Clever. His voice softer now, almost grateful. The girl pressed her back to the wall, her breath heavy. She whispered, They will search everywhere. They will not stop if they find us. It will mean death. The soldier leaned against the stone. His armor scratched, his eyes shadowed. He whispered back, I have lived with death for a long time, but I did not expect to find you. Her cheeks grew warm, though she did not know why. She asked, Why did you come to this world? What do you want? The human's eyes lifted, steady and sad. I want survival, I want answers, but most of all, I want to go home. The girl's heart ached. Her people called humans destroyers, but the one before her sounded lost, broken, almost like a child searching for light. She tightened her grip on the device, wondering if she had made a mistake, or if she had discovered the truth outside. The warriors' voices echoed closer, the sound of armor clashing, weapons scraping. The human raised his gun, ready. But the girl shook her head fiercely. No, if you fight, you will win, but they will never forgive. And I will be the curse. For a moment their eyes locked, human and alien, danger and innocence. And something deeper. The human lowered his weapon again, his voice low. Then tell me what to do. The girl took a breath, her mind racing, her voice firm. Trust me, and I will lead you out. But once you follow, there is no escape, no turning back. The human gave a small nod. Silent agreement. The warrior's footsteps drew near. Torches flickered against the cave walls. The girl grabbed the soldier's hand. The glow of the device pulsed brighter than ever, and she whispered, Now we run. Together. Alien and human vanished into the shadows of the forest. The chase only just beginning. The forest was alive with danger. The alien girl pulled the human soldier through the shadows, their hands locked, their steps fast. Behind them the sound of warriors echoed, their voices sharp, their weapons clashing, torches burning bright against the night. The human soldier's breath was heavy. His armor scratched the stone and branches, but he followed without hesitation, his sharp eyes scanning every corner, his hand close to his weapon. Ready if the chase grew deadly, the girl whispered quickly. We cannot go to the village, they will kill you. They will kill me too. Her voice shook, but her grip on his hand was firm. Stronger than her fear, the soldier answered low, his voice rough but steady. Then lead the way, I will trust you, but if they corner us, I will fight. She nodded but said nothing, her heart pounded. She knew if he fought, the blood of her people would cover the forest. She knew her choice would mark her forever. Yet her feet did not stop. They slipped between heavy roots, crossed a stream of glowing water, and ducked under fallen branches. The devices in their hands pulsed brighter, lighting the path like guiding stars. The girl realized something strange. The device was showing her hidden paths, glowing lines on the ground only she could see. It was as if the human tool knew the way, as if it wanted them to escape. Her people's voices grew distant, but not gone. The warriors spread out, hunting in groups. The sound of horns carried through the trees, each call a warning, each beat a reminder. The chase would never end. The soldier moved closer to her, his voice urgent. Your people, they will never stop, you know this. Why risk yourself for me? She slowed for a breath, looked at him, her alien eyes glowing faintly under the moonlight. Because you are not what they said. Because I want to know the truth. Even if it kills me. The human's eyes softened for a moment. Surprise flickered across his scarred face, but before he could speak, the ground shook beneath them. From the shadows, a great beast appeared, a guardian of the forest, its body tall as the trees, its mouth wide with glowing teeth, its eyes red with fury. The girl gasped. No! Not now. The warrior's horns had awakened the creature. It charged, tearing through branches. Its roar shook the ground. The human soldier raised his weapon, aiming steady, but the girl shouted, No, if you fire, they will hear. We must move. She pulled him to the side. The beast crashed after them, smashing trees like sticks. The ground thundered under its weight. The girl's chest burned with fear, but the device glowed brighter, showing another hidden path. A tunnel under the hill. Here, she cried, dragging him into the narrow opening. They squeezed through the rocks. The beast clawed at the entrance, its roars echoing, but it could not fit. The cave swallowed them whole. Inside the tunnel, the air was damp. Water dripped from the stone walls. The human breathed hard, his weapon still ready, his eyes sharp in the dark. He muttered, You saved me. Again. The girl leaned against the wall, her heart racing. She whispered, No. It was the device. It is leading us. I do not know why, but it shows the way. The soldier looked at her carefully, his voice low. Then follow it, but know this. The more it glows, the more danger it calls. Signals like this are never silent. His words sent a chill down her spine. She wondered if more humans were out there, if others would come chasing the same beacon. Her mind filled with fear and questions, but her feet kept moving. The tunnel opened into a hidden valley. The moonlight spilled over glowing plants and a river shining like glass. For a brief moment, the world felt calm. The chase far behind, but calm never lasted. Behind them, the horns grew louder again. The warriors had tracked their trail, their voices angry, their steps fierce. The girl turned to the soldier, her voice urgent. We must cross the valley. On the other side there is a canyon. My people never go there, it is cursed. They will not follow. The soldier frowned. Cursed or dangerous? She met his eyes firmly. Both. He gave a dry smile, the first she had seen. Then it is perfect. They ran across the valley, their shadows long under the twin moons. The device glowed like fire in her hands, stronger with every step. Its hum louder, its heartbeat faster, as if it was alive, as if it was excited. The river blocked their path, wide and rushing. The girl's eyes searched desperately. The device glowed toward a broken bridge of stone, old and weak, but their only chance. They climbed onto it. The stones cracked under their weight. The water roared below, halfway across. The warriors appeared on the valley edge, torches blazing, arrows flying. The soldier grabbed the girl, shielding her with his armor. An arrow cut across his shoulder. Blood ran down, but he kept moving. His jaw tight with pain, he whispered, Keep going. Do not stop. The girl cried out, but obeyed. They reached the other side just as the bridge collapsed behind them. The river swallowed the stones, cutting off the warriors' path. Their angry shouts echoed, but they could not follow. The girl helped the human sit under a tree, his wound dark with blood. Her hands shook as she tore cloth from her cloak, pressing it to his shoulder, her voice soft. You will not die. I will not let you. The soldier's eyes closed for a moment, then opened again, his voice weak but steady. You are stronger than you know, but this is only the beginning. Your choice has bound you to me now. The girl looked at the glowing device, pulsing like a heart between them. She knew he was right. She had chosen her path. And from this night forward, there would be no escape. Only the road ahead. The night air was cold. The alien girl sat beside the wounded soldier under the twisted tree. Her hands pressed cloth against his bleeding shoulder. The human did not cry out, his jaw tight, his eyes fixed on the stars above. The glowing device rested on the ground between them, pulsing like a heartbeat. Its light painted their faces in blue. The girl stared at it with both fear and wonder. She whispered, "Why does it follow me? Why does it speak to me?" The soldier's breath was heavy, his voice low but steady. "Because you touched it. You woke it. It is not just a tool. It is memory. It is knowledge. It is warning." Her eyes widened. Her fingers tightened on the cloth. She asked, "Warning of what?" The human looked at her carefully, his gaze deep and heavy. "Of what happens when humans and your kind meet, of the fire we bring, of the choices we cannot escape." The girl shook her head. "But I saw visions, I saw families, children, laughter. Humans are not only destroyers." The soldier gave a weak smile, bitter but true. "Yes, we build. We love, but we also burn. We cannot escape both sides. And that device, it carries all of it. The beauty and the ruin." The girl's heart twisted. She looked at the glowing object, and for the first time she noticed shapes inside the light. Images floating, shifting like dreams. She reached out and the light expanded, showing a wide world of oceans, blue and endless, cities tall as mountains, lights brighter than stars. She gasped, her breath stolen by the sight, but then the vision shifted. The skies filled with fire, ships falling, explosions tearing the ground, humans running, crying, fighting. Her chest grew heavy. Her hands trembled. She whispered, "So much pain." The soldier closed his eyes, his voice tired. "That was Earth, my home, once beautiful, now broken. We scattered across the stars, searching for new places, searching for survival. But we carried our fire with us." The girl's throat tightened. She whispered, "And now you are here on my world." He nodded slowly. "Because of you. Because your touch called me. Maybe fate, maybe accident, but now our paths are tied." The girl's heart pounded. She felt both guilt and wonder. She thought of her people, the elders who feared humans, the warriors who hunted them. She whispered, "If they see this, if they see you, they will destroy you. They will destroy me too." The human leaned forward, his eyes sharp, though his body weak. "Then do not show them. Keep this secret. Learn from it. And one day you will understand why your curiosity is dangerous, but also powerful." The girl stared at him, her voice shaking. "Why do you trust me? I'm only a child of another world." His eyes softened. "Because curiosity is the same everywhere. On Earth it built us and it broke us, but it never stopped. And now I see it in you, stronger than fear, stronger than law." Her chest ached at his words. She felt something rise inside her, not just fear, but strength. She looked at the device, still glowing, still alive. She whispered, "Teach me. Show me what it holds." The soldier hesitated, then nodded. He touched the device with his blood-stained hand. The light surged, filling the cave-like valley around them. Voices filled the air. Human voices speaking of history, of war, of hope. The girl gasped, her eyes wide. She saw visions of great ships leaving Earth, of humans landing on strange worlds, of battles fought in the name of survival. She saw inventions, machines that healed, machines that killed. She saw joy, she saw ruin. Her mind spun. She whispered, "So much knowledge, too much for one heart." The soldier nodded, his face grim. "That is the human curse, too much knowledge, too little wisdom." The girl felt tears rise in her eyes. She thought of her people, living simple lives under the moons, afraid of fire, afraid of stars. She wondered if they were wise, or only blind. The voices faded. The light dimmed. The device pulsed softly again. Resting as if tired, the girl looked at the soldier, her voice soft. "What do I do with this? How can I carry it?" The human's eyes burned with tired fire. "You choose, you always choose. That is the truth. Curiosity will guide you, but it will also curse you. It is your greatest weapon and your greatest burden." Before she could answer, the sound of horns echoed again. The warriors had not stopped. Their hunt grew closer. The girl froze, her heart pounding. The soldier reached for his weapon, his body weak but his eyes fierce. he whispered. "If they find us, I will fight. Even if it kills me." The girl grabbed his arm. Her voice fierce. "No, if you fight, we both lose. Let me choose. Let me lead." For a moment, silence filled the air, only the river rushing nearby. Only the heartbeat of the device glowing between them. Finally, the human gave a slow nod. Trusting her again, the girl lifted the device. Its glow brighter, guiding them once more. She whispered to herself, "Curiosity is my curse, but it is also my path." And as the warriors' voices grew louder in the night, she knew the next step would decide not only her fate, but the fate of both worlds, because once she had seen the human's truth, there was no turning back, no escape from the revelation. The night was burning with tension. The alien girl stood at the edge of the canyon, the human soldier weak beside her, his shoulder wrapped in cloth. The glowing device pulsed in her hands like a living heart. Behind them, the sound of horns and shouts grew louder. The warriors were closing in. The canyon stretched wide and deep, its walls sharp like teeth, the air heavy with silence. Her people always called this place cursed. They said spirits lived in the dark below. She had never dared come here before, but now it was the only path left. The soldier leaned on her arm, his eyes sharp, though his body trembled, his voice low. "They are close if they catch us." "It ends here." The girl's chest burned. Her heart beating like drums, she whispered, "No, it does not end. Not if I choose." The torches of the warriors appeared at the tree line, their voices angry, their eyes full of fire. The elders' commands carried across the wind. Bring the girl back, kill the human. Destroy the curse. The girl felt her knees shake. The weight of her people's judgment heavy, but the device glowed brighter, its hum louder as if answering the call. She held it high, and once again visions filled the air. Her people stopped for a moment, staring in shock. Above the canyon, strange images burned in blue light. Earth's oceans, Earth's cities, Earth's fire. The alien girl's eyes filled with tears. She shouted across the canyon, "Look, this is the truth. Humans are not only destroyers, they are more." But the elders did not listen, their faces twisted with fear, their voices fierce. "It is lies, it is poison, throw it away, return to us." The girl's chest ached. She looked at the human soldier, his eyes tired but steady, his voice a whisper only for her. "They will not accept, they will never see. The choice is yours now." Her breath shook, her mind split in two. One path led back to her people, her family, her old life, safe but blind. The other path led into darkness, into exile, into danger, but also into truth. The warriors stepped forward, blades raised, bows drawn. The girl cried out, "Stop!" Her voice echoed. The device flared like fire in her hands. Energy rushed through the canyon. The ground shook, the air burned with light. The human's eyes widened, he whispered, "You can control it." Her hands trembled, but she did not let go. She felt the power of the device answering her heart. It was not only a tool, it was a bridge, a key, she shouted. "If I must choose, then I choose curiosity. I choose the path of truth." The light exploded. The warriors stumbled back, their torches falling. The canyon roared as if alive. A path of glowing stone formed across the abyss. The device had opened the way. The soldier stared in disbelief, his voice low. "You are stronger than I ever imagined." The girl grabbed his hand, pulling him forward, her voice fierce. "Come, we cannot stop now." Together they stepped onto the glowing path, the canyon alive with light. Behind them the warriors shouted in rage. Arrows flew but burned to ash before they touched the light. The elders screamed, "She is lost, she is cursed." Tears filled her eyes, but she did not turn back. Her steps carried her forward. Each one heavier than the last, the human followed, his body weak but his spirit burning. Halfway across, the device spoke, its voice deep, no longer broken. "Path open, destiny chosen." The girl froze. The soldier looked at her, his eyes asking what it meant, but she did not know. On the far side of the canyon, the ground trembled. The light gathered into a door of energy. Swirling with stars, the girl gasped. She whispered, "It is a gate." "To where?" The human's eyes narrowed. Hope flickered across his face. "Maybe to my people, maybe to another world. But not here." The girl's chest twisted. This was her final choice. If she stepped through, she would leave her people forever. She would never see her home again. If she stayed, she would betray the human, betray herself. The warriors reached the canyon edge. Their voices carried across the abyss. "Come back, do not step through. Choose your people." The soldier turned to her, his voice rough but gentle. "You do not have to follow me. You can still go back, they will forgive maybe. But if you step through, your life will never be the same." The girl closed her eyes, her heart heavy. She remembered the nights of fear, the elders' voices warning her, the faces of her family. But then she remembered the visions, the laughter of human children, the courage in the soldier's eyes, the words he had spoken. Curiosity is your greatest weapon. Her eyes opened. Fire burning in them now, she whispered, I cannot go back. I will not live in blindness. She tightened her grip on his hand, stepped forward, and together they crossed the glowing threshold. The light swallowed them. The canyon roared shut, the voices of her people fading behind. On the other side, silence. Stars stretched endless above them. A new path waiting. A new world calling. The device dimmed but still alive. Pulsing gently, the soldier looked at her. His voice soft. Now you are one of us, not human, not alien, but something greater. The girl stared at the endless horizon. Her heart heavy but unbroken, she whispered, I am not cursed, I am curious, and I will not escape it. The story of the alien girl had ended in her world, but a greater story had just begun. Because once she chose the human's path, escape was impossible.